Well, I'm back. I'm sorry it's been a while. I had to skip last week because of work and some was feeling under the weather. Didn't think you'd want to see this ugly mug like dripping snot and all that other stuff. But as you can see, Spencer Fannon, welcome back to a new episode of Five Downs with Fannon. Get right into it. I mean, if this is your first time, welcome. If you're a previous viewer, thank you for coming back. Do my quick history lesson for you new viewers, but might be wondering why is it called Five Downs with Fannon? Well, last name is Fannon, as you can tell, and Five Downs, as a Missouri alum, has a special connotation in history. As in 1990, the Colorado Buffaloes were playing the Missouri Tigers in college football in Columbia, Missouri, and the referees accidentally gave Colorado an extra down, in which they used to score a game-winning touchdown, and they went on to win or to split the national title that year with Georgia Tech. So yeah, that's how you get fifth down. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, we'll get right into it. I mean, this is five subjects. It's going to be three college games and two NFL games this week. So yeah, once again, let's get right into it with first down. All right, first down time. And we're going to get right into it with a big matchup in the Big 12. You got number 17, Texas Tech, traveling to number 16, Utah. Now, quick betting market thing. Utah is favored by 3.5 as of the recording this Wednesday night. Over under is set at 57.5. Now, both these teams can score, which is interesting to say about Utah because usually they have a really good defense. Now, they have a decent defense this year. They got a really good offense this year, and so does Texas Tech. Texas Tech, I think, is top 5 in the country in points per game. They're averaging like 60 points a game through 3 games. Now, they haven't played anybody, but still, 60 points a game is still pretty impressive. It's going to come down, which explains the high point total betting line market. This is going to come down to the quarterbacks. I mean, you've got possibly two dark horse Heisman candidates. Texas Tech, you got Bayron Morton. I hope I pronounced that right. Leading the Red Raiders, nearly over 70% completion percentage. He's got nearly 1,000 yards in just 3 games, 11 touchdowns to 1 interception thus far in the early season. I mean, I think if you watch my Big 12 preview video, I think Texas Tech, they brought everybody back on their entire starters, and at least certainly their offense. And the only guy they didn't bring back, I should say, was their running back. It was Taj Brooks, I believe, is the program's all-time leading rusher. But I don't know if they might have gotten even better without him, considering they're averaging like 60 points a game. On the other side, you got New Mexico transfer Devin Dampier, who is completing passes at a 73% clip. He's got just over 600 yards passing in 3 games, 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's also ran for almost 200 yards and 1 touchdown. So he's a much more dual threat quarterback than Morton is for Texas Tech. I mean, this is going to be a barn burner, in my opinion. I mean, neither of these teams have faced any good defenses yet. And obviously, neither of these teams have faced any offense the caliber that they're going to face this weekend. So the 57.5, that looks pretty juicy. I mean, it is an early kick. It's the first game on the slate, early afternoon, morning window slate for Saturday, but it's Mountain Time, so it's actually 10 a.m. Mountain Time instead of like probably like 4 or 5 Mountain Time, which would be like 6 o'clock Eastern or 5 o'clock Central. So for time zone differences, this game kicks off at just after noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain. So it's like this is going to be an early game. So that total maybe is a little iffy, just because it's like, is everybody going to be awake and stuff on that side? But crowds are going to be up. I actually think it's going to be a really good game because I think these two teams, the winner of this game certainly has the inside track to getting to Dallas for the Big 12 title game in December. Iowa State has played very well also, so they're probably the front runner. It's probably between Iowa State and these two teams for the Big 12. Looking at the spread, Utah -3.5. I think Utah is actually gonna. I think I would take Utah in this. I'd feel more comfortable if it was under 3 because then you have the little field. Because I think this is going to be a relatively close game. And all that. Utah's offensive line is really really good, and I do think Utah's defense is better than Texas Tech's defense. So they're going to have a an edge on that. It's going to be a closer competition at least in that sense. So I mean, I'm gonna take Utah in this, um, and all that. I mean, I guess yeah, this new kind of format. We're gonna break down some games and then give some picks. So see how bad it is at the end of the year and all that. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take Utah minus 3.5. So home team it's gonna be tight. So you might be sweating it a little bit, but I think the offensive line and I think the dual threat capabilities of Dampier for Utah are going to be the key in this game. So there you go. Now let's move on to second down. All right, second down time. And it's another top 25 matchup, this time in the SEC. We got number 22 Auburn traveling to Norman, Oklahoma to play number 11 Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma coming off a pretty convincing win over Michigan last week. John Matier is, I believe, it's him and Carson Beck are the two Heisman frontrunners right now. I don't know. I think they're pretty close. I'm not sure exactly who is the exact frontrunner as of right now, as of this recording and such. But I mean, he's played really, really well. He's got almost 1,000 yards, completing passes at nearly 68%. Only has 5 touchdowns and has thrown 3 picks. So that's a little bit. He's made a lot of really good plays. He's got 4 touchdowns and almost 200 yards rushing. So, and that Oklahoma defense is nasty. They are going to come after Auburn and stuff. It'll be Auburn got through the last couple games. I haven't watched as much as I probably should have and stuff. But I mean, Hugh Freeze is still a very solid coach, but it'll be interesting to see if they can go into Norman. Currently, the line is Oklahoma favored by 6.5 points. Over under is at 47.5. So that's obviously lower than our previous game, but bigger point spread. It's tough. I mean, Matier. I mean, this is another one where I think last week was Michigan was ranked in the top 15. Oklahoma playing again against a ranked opponent. I think the rest of their schedule as of right now, like through week 3 or 4 of the season, this will be week 4. The rest of the way, if you just take the rankings from this week, every opponent Oklahoma faces the rest of the way is ranked in the AP top 25, which is nuts. I mean, they've got a brutal gauntlet of schedule, which one allows plenty of opportunity for John Matier to shine, but it's going to be difficult. They've got a lot of tough games. So can you get the amount of wins that you're going to need for a Heisman Trophy campaign? I mean, at least in this game, I'm going to take Oklahoma. I'm a little leery of that 6.5 because it's that right under that number, that key number of 7. A lot of betting stuff. Key numbers are 3, 7, 10, 14. If you can get the number under that, under those, that's where a lot of smart bettors or sharp bettors, I should say, really enjoy those because it's like that. It makes it so it's like, okay, you just need to win by a field goal or win by a touchdown, et cetera, et cetera. When I do dabble in betting on football and stuff, I do look for those numbers. I try and make sure I'm at those key numbers of like 2.5, 6.5, those type of ones. So I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go to Oklahoma to cover the 6.5. I think that they win by a touchdown or more. I think Matier makes enough plays, and Oklahoma stifles Oklahoma's defense is stifling enough against Auburn and stuff. And I think Oklahoma, I mean, they probably break with a win on Saturday, they probably break into the top 10, and that number for Matier and the Heisman odds shrinks even more. So if you want a Matier, it's already shrunk. I think preseason it was like 30 or 40 to 1, if not more. and it's inside single digits now. So you might want to get it quickly before the game starts. So this game's it's the afternoon slate on Saturday, 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central. So going to be raucous in Oklahoma, and I think Oklahoma will come out on top and win by a touchdown or more. So, but that's second down. Let's head on down to third down. All right, third down and another top 20 matchup, Big Ten time this time. You got number 9 Illinois traveling to number 19 Indiana. Indiana, obviously the darling last year, making a Cinderella run to the college football playoff, then losing to losing to Notre Dame. Illinois has been a dark horse team this year as a college football playoff possible participant. I mean, they're ninth right now and stuff. It's another looking at the line and gambling market. Indiana is favored by 5.5, even though they are 10 spots behind Illinois in the rankings. Over under set at 52.5. Both these teams can put up points. I believe Indiana scored, I think, close to 60 last week, and Illinois scored, I believe, 40 or 45 against Duke last week. So that they can put up points. The defenses are solid enough. So it'll be interesting. Neither team has really played anybody. So this will be obviously the toughest test for either team thus far. Kind of a battle of quarterbacks again, just like the Texas Tech and Utah one in first down. For Illinois, you got Luke Altmaier, who's, I believe, in his third season in Champaign. Currently, just over 700 yards passing, completing passes at nearly a 72% clip. He's thrown 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and such. And then Fernando Mendoza for Indiana, 700 yards, are almost identical. Nearly 73% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He also has 2 rushing touchdowns, so he gives a little bit more of that dual threat capability than Altmaier does. It's in Indiana. It's interesting. It's actually a bunch of my friends went to both Illinois and Indiana, so it's like they might. I'm sure I'm going to tick some of my friends off with this pick. I think Illinois actually. I'm going to take Illinois in the 5.5 points in this. I don't know if, obviously, neither team has faced anybody to this level of competition that they're going to this weekend. I think I trust Brett Bielema more than Kurt Cignetti, the Indiana head coach, and Bielema, obviously, the Illinois head coach. I think that Illinois is going to be able to control the ball a little bit more. So you might be looking at a lower scoring game. Again, point total is 52.5. And lower scoring game, control the ball leans more toward the underdog and a closer game. So with that, and yes, it's only 5.5, so it's within that still a touchdown. So you might get, but I think Illinois is going to. I think Illinois. I don't know if they're going to win outright, but I think that they keep it close enough that the point spread comes into effect, and I'm going to take the 5.5 points with Illinois. So maybe I'm splitting hairs because maybe Indiana wins by 3, and you win the other bet as well, and I don't get either side mad at me, but there you go. But I lean Illinois in this case. So, but I think it's going to be a good game. This game's one of the night games, early evening game, Saturday evening, 6:30 Central in Bloomington. I wonder if some of my friends will be there. I might ask that and stuff. But it should be a good game. Can't wait to watch it and all that. So that's third down. So let's head on down to fourth down. We're going from college in third down to NFL with fourth down. So there you go. All right, we're back with fourth down, and to the NFL we go. We got one of the 2 big games this weekend in the NFL. You got the Los Angeles Rams traveling cross country to Philadelphia to play the Philadelphia Eagles in a rematch of the NFC divisional round that saw the Eagles win 28-22 in snowy Philadelphia. That was a really good game. It was the closest game Philly played in the playoffs. It was the only game they had that ended up within 1 score, let alone within double digits. and such. So this will be a good one. Currently, the spread is Philly is favored by 3.5. Over under is set at 44.5. So I think both sides are books and bettors are looking at this as a pretty tight game because usually you give like 2 to 3 points on home field. So the fact that Philly's only favored by 3.5 makes it if it was on a neutral field, it's probably it might be a pick'em type game. Obviously, Philadelphia is coming off their win at KC, so they were on the road last week. Rams playing the Titans. They had a pretty easy win against Tennessee. Matthew Stafford is playing well. Obviously, the Philadelphia defense is playing great. The offense, they're doing enough, I guess is the best way to say it. They've only averaged 22 points a game, obviously scoring 24 against Dallas in week 1 and only 20 last week against Kansas City. So they're doing enough to win. I mean, they're not winning because of their offense with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown. I mean, their passing game has not been very good this year, or at least very explosive. It's been good enough to get by, but it's certainly not been explosive like it was for spurts last year. Obviously, on the other side, you got Matthew Stafford, Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua, Kyren Williams for the Rams. But I think the key is obviously is going to be these two teams probably have the best two defensive lines, certainly in the NFC, with Green Bay right there, I would say. Yeah, so it might be two of the best three, I should say, because I'm sure Packer fans will come after me if I don't include them with Micah Parsons now there. But I mean, obviously everyone knows about the Eagles' defensive line and such, and then the Rams one with Verse and Young. They've got a really good young front four. So it's going to come down to which offensive line holds up. I mean, I do think Philly's offensive line is better. So that's probably going to be the key takeaway for this. Looking at the spread, I mean, it's just over that key number of 3. And with how the offense for Philadelphia has struggled, and I'm using struggled quotations and struggled because they've played well enough and they haven't had to win a game themselves. They're but I think this game they might have to make the big play to win it, and because of that, I'm going to take the Rams plus 3.5 in this game. I think Philly's going to win, but it's going to be within that spread number. I think they only win by a field goal because I think these are two very evenly matched teams and such. And I think it's going to be it's going to be very close to what it was in back in January when Philly won the playoff game and had snowy conditions and all that. So I like the Rams getting over 3 here. So I would take the Rams, but I still think Philly wins. So yeah, I'm hedging my bets, but I would take the Rams with the 3.5 if you can get it. So this game is one of the early slate, Sunday afternoon, 12 o'clock Eastern. Or I'm sorry, 12 o'clock Central, 1 o'clock Eastern. I think it's on Fox probably because it's an NFC game and such, but. Yeah, I think we're in for a classic game, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see this. And I think we could see this game again in January in the playoffs once again because these two teams are really, really set up well for playoff runs. So, but I'm going to take the Rams plus the 3.5. So that was 4th down. Let's head on over the 5th down and the second NFL game of this show. All right, 5th down, and we're going to Monday night. We're going to the Lions at the Ravens, and. Well, I don't know how much you can take away from the Lions because they just played the Bears. They scored. They put up 52 points, yes, but it was on the Bears. And also, I don't know how much you can talk about the Ravens because they put up like 40, but it was against the Browns. The Browns don't have like an offense. Their defense is much better than the Bears, but their offense is just the Browns' offense is trash and such. Right now, spread is Baltimore favored by 4.5. 53.5 is the total. I could definitely see this as a points galore. I would probably actually lean over more than if I'm taking a side in this game. Obviously, yeah, both teams. I think Ravens have scored 40 plus points in 2 games this year. Um, Obviously, the Lions just put up 52 against the Bears, but again, it's the Bears. But that offense, they've got all the weapons, and if Jared Goff stays upright, he's going to pick you apart. And the Ravens defense has not been as good as it was last year. I believe they got some injury issues, so I would lean more. I'm gonna stay away from the side because I just don't know because with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, I think to be honest, I think the Ravens they're gonna run the ball at Aiden Hutchinson and stuff, just slow up that pass rush. Excuse me. And obviously, they have no team can really prepare for the Ravens because the Ravens are just that offense with Lamar and Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, their tight ends is just crazy. I mean, maybe the Lions, at least weapons wise, are probably the closest, considering you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and the two running backs, Montgomery and Gibbs, the tight ends, Laporta and stuff, but they obviously don't have the running threat at quarterback that the Ravens do. They don't have the real true massive bruiser that the Ravens do with Derrick Henry. Montgomery's I don't want to say a pale imitation. He's a power back, but no one is King Henry. No one is King Derrick Henry. So, but I do think that this is going to be. I think we're going to see points scored in this game because I don't know if either off. This game is going to come down to which defense can get the stop more than which defense like controls the game. So, and I think that the Ravens defense is more put to that because I do think that their secondary can hold up better, certainly better than what the Bears did and stuff, providing health and such. So I would go just over the 53.5 rather than to pick a side and stuff if you're inclined to do that. But yeah, I mean, this obviously it's a Monday night game, so 7:15 Central Time Monday night. Going to be really, I think it's going to be a really good game to cap off Week 3 of the NFL. Can't wait for it. But there you go. That's fifth down. So those are the 5 games I'm talking about this week. Three college, 2 NFL. Obviously, if you have any questions or comments you want to leave, just go ahead, leave them in the comment section below. Please leave a like or subscribe to the video. Really helps. Really get some more exposure with this. I do hope to continue doing more of these videos, obviously weekly and stuff on a consistent schedule. We'll see. Obviously, with my other 2 jobs, we got baseball playoffs starting up. Cubs just clinched as of the time of this recording, or earlier today when I recorded the of day of recording this and stuff. So, and I work part time in sports media and stuff, or actually full time in sports media. So, going to be pretty busy starting here in a couple weeks, but I hope to continue getting these videos out for you. So, any comments on what games, like future games, you want to talk about, or even topics that might come up, please let me know in the comments below, or shoot me a message on X, Twitter. Got my handle right there. Thank you very much for watching, and yeah, until next time, enjoy the football and get ready for the stretch run of baseball and stuff like that. So, see ya.